Hey, it's Meg, and welcome to Meg Talks a Lot. So, last week, I have hair on my lip. Last week, we were showing part 1. Excusez-moi. Okay, we were showing part 1, now we're showing part 2. We are continuing. We're continuing Evil Lives Here, Season 17, Episode 10. If you don't remember where we left off, I'll do a recap. Let me remember real quick. So, she was 18, she started dating Tracy, who was 19. Her parents were like, no. And she was like, yes. So, she dipped out, left with Tracy, got married to him. He slammed the door, broke her window. She still decided to marry him, thinking that was going to fix him. That did not fix him. He does weekends in jail because he's literally a loser. And he had like 30 weekends, but he keeps going back to jail. So now that they're married, then she gets pregnant thinking that's gonna solve the issue. Doesn't. So now it's her and her baby, and guess what? He gotta go back to jail. Shocker. But now he's like, no. I'm gonna go on the run. But, in between all of this, she has a stalker. So not only is her husband crazy, but she has a stalker. So this dude starts showing up at her job and just starts watching her, like all creepy. Starts crushing on her. She tries to tell her husband's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. So fast forward, she gets him kicked out of the place she works at. She is like, I want nothing to do with this dude. So then she comes home, the screen windows are like cut up, and the window is caulked. Bro, what? And her husband's like, I don't care. I'm gonna go inside. Like, he literally doesn't give a about anybody. Clearly not even himself. So, she has the stalker, whatnot. Her and her husband go away. They come back. She convinces him to come back because her mom called 911 and was like, hey, he's on the run. Y'all need to put an APB out for him. So she told her husband, like, hey, the cops are going to come looking for you, so let's just go back. So he decides to go back. And I don't know where they're at now, but all I know is she's about to take the stalker to court. And that's all I can remember. So, if I left anything out, go watch the previous episode to fill yourself in. But we're gonna get as high as your hopes. I'm already a little bit there. Okay, a lot of it there. And we're gonna get back into it. So we're gonna go ahead and go. Puff, pass the evidence. Because we're gonna figure out what the hell happened. Who's alive, who's dead, who's not, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. Cuda. Okay. Let's go.
Wanted to take the stalker to court. I had gotten up the day of court. I went out to my car, and there was a note on my car. I was afraid to read it, to be honest with you. Well, when I finally got the gumption enough to read it, it said, don't go to court tomorrow or you will burn.
That's what I suspected at the beginning. Because her face is scarred up. And the caulking on the windows. Oh, and the smoke detectors. The wires were cut on the smoke detector. And her husband was still like, I don't care. Dude. I would have called my mom and been like, come pick me up right now. Right now. Take me to a motel. Something. And now I'm worried because I'm worried it's a little obvious that she did not do it. Listen to him.
At this time, I was terrified because I didn't know what to or what not to expect. You know, I mean, none of this in my life was normal now. I thought he's trying to scare me into not going to court. The fact that I had a stalker played right into Tracy's hands. I mean, it all fell perfectly into place.
Wait, what? What? I'm scared. I'm nervous. Did her husband use the stalker? What is it? The stalker, I don't know, issue as a way to try to take his wife out? And like the cops would think it was the stalker because he was threatening to kill her? This poor woman. Like, look at him. Ew. Loser.
In the midst of all this, I just had to talk to my mom. It was like I felt like something was going to happen, but I didn't know what. I could just feel it.
Yeah,
I
girl.
called her 3 times that day. Of course, my friends called me Angel. She said, Angel, what's wrong? And I was like, nothing, Mom. I just want you to know that I love you.
I'm really sorry, but those teeth. Like, that poor girl was probably bullied in high school. And then she has to deal with all this shit. Oh my God.
And I did that 3 times. By the 3rd time, she said, Angel, what is wrong? And I wasn't about to tell her everything that I had gone through. And I told her, I said, nothing, Mom, I'm okay. I just want you to know that I love you. But she could tell by my voice something really wrong. I was feeling anxious that night, so Tracy gave me some what he called relaxation pills to help me sleep.
You trusted this man to give you pills? Is you out of your ever loving mind? Like, I know love is blind, but it can't be that blind. What the I'm gonna take a hit. Puff, 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 pass the evidence. Major thing. Mom, dude. I had to cough and burp at the same time. I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I waking you up? Bow wow, chicken wow, and bow wow, chicken wow. Major is side-eyeing the out of me right now. Okay. Anywho, sir. Okay, what in the relaxation pills is going on?
We normally did go to bed together. That night, he did not, which I thought was strange. But when I went to bed, I went straight to sleep. That's how potent these things were.
But you took the pills anyways, girl.
The next thing I remember was a big sound, whoosh. I opened my eyes and there was fire all over the room, everywhere. I knew that the door was the only exit to get out of that room. And all I could think about was getting to the door. I didn't care that there was flames everywhere. My number one thought that night was, I gotta get out of here and save my daughter.
Oh my God. And that whole moment right there, I completely forgot she had a child in the house, like a baby daughter. This is diabolical. How could this man do this? Just leave. Okay, anyways. This lady said, I'm not stopping first. I'm getting my daughter and we're getting out of this burning house, okay? You go, bitch. You go. Well, she's alive. That's all I know so far. That is all I know so far. If this man, his baby, I'm gonna be mother pissed.
I jumped out of the bed into the flames. By this time, the flames were up to my waist. But I didn't care. When I got to the door, I went to open it up. I went to open the door and it was like a rubber band. It would open so far and slam shut. And I couldn't understand why it did that. I tried many, many times.
He must have done something to the door. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. How does it? Oh no, 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 no. What's the TikTok sound? Man, it's in my head, but I can't sound it out. Whatever.
I could hear it searing the skin on my hands. And I would keep trying because I knew that I had to get out that way. Tracy! Tracy! When I called out his name begging help, begging Tracy to help me, the only thing that I ever remember him saying clearly was, get out the same way you got in there. Well, when I realized Tracy wasn't going to help me, I went over to the phone. Tracy's on the phone, calling 911, covering his tracks. He sounded like a staged phone call, if that makes sense. He was saying, hurry up, my wife's on fire. And I'm screaming, help me, help me. And the dispatcher, ma'am, can you get out? All I could say was, I can't. And I couldn't make him understand.
Bro.
I thought, okay,
This is insane. How is she not dead? That's like the amount of carbon monoxide poisoning she has in this moment. This woman was tough.
I'm gonna die in here. Nobody's gonna get in here. I can't see now, it's black. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna make it out of here. I huddle down, I prepare myself to die. I'm in a fetal position. My clothes have melted to my skin. Blood is everywhere. And I'm praying, God, get me out of here. Get me out of here or let me die. Because it hurt so bad. It hurt so bad after a while it became numb. It felt like forever. But then after I told God, I was like, get me out of here, let me die. That was when I heard my next door neighbor called out my name. You know, I'm getting out of here, you know. It was,
I was wondering how she got out of there. Oh my God, thank God for her neighbor. Okay. Okay. That's all I gotta say, okay.
I guess a miracle, if you want to call it that. To me, it would be a miracle.
Her neighbor.
So I went back to the door, and the door was open.
Are you
First
dreaming?
place I went was across the hall to save my daughter, only to find out they'd already got her. I went outside, and the fire department showed up.
Really bad spot to pause on, and I apologize. But, I really, well, I don't want to say I really hope, because I hope this never even happened, actually. But, is she about to say that only her room is on fire? I don't know.
They looked at me and said, "You're going to have to airlift her. There's nothing we can do." They loaded me up in a helicopter. All the way there, I heard, "We're losing her. We're losing her." All I remember from that time on, because I was fading in and out of a coma, bright lights, and I thought, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. And then I went into a coma.
Oh, we about to hear it. We about to hear the 911 call. I'm gonna excuse myself and take a hit before we listen to it. Holy. So she's airlifted. Wait, but when they were talking, when she said they were talking, she said they had already got her. And then she said, there's something they could do. Something. I don't know if we're talking about her daughter or her, and I have no idea how old her daughter is at this point. I have no idea. I'm out of it. But we're about to get a 911 call, so tune in, bitches. Oh, never mind. We just found out her daughter's alive. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, thank God. Okay. Alright. But this was in 19... So this is like 20 some odd years later.
You sure you're ready for this? Not really, but I'm going to.
Okay. They look alike. Like, for real. For real. She looks kind of like her mama when she was younger. She just has... Her teeth don't stick out as far as her mom's do. They really do look alike. I'm nervous, but I'm really glad she's alive. Ugh. them nails is cute. Okay, what the... What was number 4? For one. For two, this has to be so traumatizing for the daughter. She was a baby when this happened. And this is her dad and her mom. And now she's a full-ass adult. And she's having to listen to this. And listen to what her mom went through. And then her mom has to relive what she went through by listening to it. This is crazy.
Hearing that brings it all back. It puts me back in that room. It's almost like I feel the flames again. I feel everything about that room. I feel...
He lit the bed on fire. As she was asleep. He gave her relaxation pills. And then lit the bed on fire. Or the room. Like, it looks like you can see where it's like poured. Oh my gosh. And the door's over there. That's not a lot of room.
With the flames on my waist again, I feel panic. Like I'm clawing, trying to get out of it. I can't breathe. The revelation that he did it, it's all fled back. And trying to get to her. Trying to get across the hallway to her was my goal. I mean, no matter how bad I hurt, my 4-year-old counted on her mama.
Okay, she was 4 at the time. I'm speechless. This is actually insane.
And I had to be there for her.
I remember expressing that I saw my father in the hallway and a big flash that scared me. And I believe that if I didn't start screaming that he wouldn't have grabbed me. And I remember us running across the parking lot and hearing my mother from the apartment. And that's when I started asking where she was. And I remember he didn't grab my hand or try to console me. He just looked down at me and he said, "She's gone now, it's just us." And that was probably the last memory I've ever had of my father.
When I was in the coma, I was paralyzed from the neck down. This was the weird part. It was like I had a big book above my head. It was telling the story of what led up to the fire and things that he did that I should have seen. The stalker had nothing to do with this. Tracy did this. The caulking of the window and the cutting of the screens from the inside. Tracy. The smoke detector wires.
This dude had an innocent crush on her, probably. Innocent crush. And her husband took advantage of it.
Tracy. And then there was the note that Tracy wrote in his handwriting to make it look like the stalker. The man that I had put so much trust in was the one that tried to kill me all along. Later on, I found out how much he would have got had I died. And it was for $375,000 life insurance policy. And I thought,
He's always having a bad dream, guys. So we go. You're dreaming. $375,000. You gonna need more than that to raise a child.
is that what I'm worth? You know, is that what I'm worth to him? It's like a horror movie that you see on TV. Like, that really can't happen to me. But it did. And all I wanted to do was cry because I thought, why did I not see that? Why? When I was in the coma, I very vaguely, I remember feeling and knowing that Tracy came into my room. And I'm going to try to close my eyes so I can put myself back there. When I was in the coma, it's like your hearing senses are more alive.
They do say that.
The way that I knew that Tracy was in the room, he came in whistling, and I knew his whistle. So I knew when he came in whistling off tune who it was. So that was when I just froze. I was just waiting to see what he was going to do. He had already done what he did, set me on fire. What was next? I mean, then I became fearful for my life that I had left. I'm getting chills now thinking about how I felt when I was in the coma, knowing that he came in there, because I knew I couldn't do anything if he tried to smother me.
Or cut the wires off, like cut the machines off or something. Something.
So I froze. I mean, I panicked, I froze, and I just listened.
Okay, no offense, girl. You froze? You was in a coma, bitch. You can't move. You sleep. You not asleep, but you in a coma. Freezing ain't doing nothing. But I get you. You froze inside. Your insides froze. Your nerves froze. Right? That's what that means? Maybe.
So then I hear him saying, this is what... I didn't finish what I started, and I'm going to now.
Bitch, what?
And I thought, my God, I knew he's going to kill me. He's going to finish me off. So then I'm hearing him unhooking.
Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, I just said that. I was worried about him unhooking shit too. So, let's find out. Oh my god.
Thanks. And about this time, I'm having a hard time breathing because I'm on life support.
Oh, he did.
And he's still trying to whistle through the whole thing too.
He's trying to whistle louder than the beeping. First of all, hold on, backtrack. Rewind. Whatever the fuck. He was already unplugging things, so I called in. But smothering her would have been a lot quieter than unhooking machines that beep really loudly. And you thought you could whistle over them? I really hope someone comes in very soon.
And I'm thinking, somebody get in here now, because I can't breathe. But I was probably breathing my hardest. I heard the nurses come in frantically wanting to know what was going on. They were mad. I don't know what happened outside the room, but he never came back into my room.
Thank the Lord for those nurses.
Later on, I found out that they knew that he was unhooking my machines, so they posted a cop outside my door.
Okay, at that point, they should automatically know that he is the one who did this to her. Right?
It was after I come out of my coma, after the detectives had talked to me, that my daughter began to open up to a lot that she had seen that night. And
I forgot. I thought her daughter was a baby. She was 4, and she remembers it. Oh my God.
it hurt me because I never wanted my child, at any age, not even now, to have to experience seeing their biological father do what he did to her mommy, his wife.
Seriously.
Because how do you explain that to a child as to why anybody would do that at 4? How do you explain that? You really can't. Except that person was just evil. A bad person.
Fucking psycho. No way!
He had put a fire trail around my bed with sheets tied together, poured gas all the way around my water vent, and strapped the bedroom door shut with bungee straps to the bathroom door. They felt like that it was attempted murder, and when they said those words,
They felt. No, it was clear as day. You don't accidentally bungee doors together. You don't accidentally pour gasoline on it. Also, did the waterbed not help the situation? What's in a waterbed? Is it like a regular water? Or is it just like, yeah, you fill it up? I would have popped that.
it shook me. It shook me to the core. There are times still today, I'm still terrified. I'll hear a fire truck. I'll see somebody light a bonfire. I'll hear a smoke detector chirp. It's little things like that that brings back the night of the fire and it blowing up in my face when I was asleep and the big explosion that I heard. And it makes me want to run as far as I can go. But I can't run because it's not here anymore. And I have to tell myself that a lot. You know, you're not there anymore.
Good. Oh, look. Good for him. Oh my gosh. I cannot even imagine. I've had one.
But I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. The more that the doctors would tell me I couldn't do something, that stirred something in me to show them I'm going to walk, I'm going to use my hands, I'm going to drive. I drive a car now. Do you believe that?
Good for
And to be
you.
able to, after all of this, still raise my daughter. I thank God every day for my daughter. She knows that if it hadn't been for her, I wouldn't have willed myself to live. She's had to go through
Jesus.
so much. that
This
she
woman
should
is-
have to.
This woman is a strong
I can't
woman.
turn back time now, but I can go with the future and the present, and I can promise her that I'll always be there for her and tell her every day that I'm sorry that she had to undergo all that. I never dreamt that I could have that life now, because there was so much standing in my way. For one thing, who would want somebody that's scarred up like me? And my new husband, he never acted like I had any scars. And we dated probably for about less than a year, and he proposed.
Guys, stop. That is so cute. I'm so glad she got her happy ending. That woman is a bad bitch. She is a bad bitch. She is a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm the one. She's a survivor. You go, girl. On that note, ooh. That man, I'm glad he's out of here. Out of here. Because then she literally just does not have to live in fear anymore. I mean, she does, obviously, because it's very traumatic, and trauma lives in you. Lives in your dreams, everything. Trust me, I know. But she never has to worry about running into this man a day in life. For the rest of her life. I mean. Yeah, anyways. So, yeah. Wow, that was crazy. Wow. Okay, well, on that note, we're going to get out of here. And we're going to, I don't even know. It's late. We're going to go chill in the bed. Whatever. And we will see you next week. So, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you have any show recommendations, put them in the comments. And I will look them up. And I will see you next week. So, bye-bye.